Bomb. So heavy.
Miss Chiori?
Your talk with the investor sure went oh. And who are they?
Allow me to introduce you. This is the Traveler and Paimon.
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise! We've heard the owner of Chioriya Boutique is a skilled seamstress, so it's a real pleasure to finally meet you in person.
Why, thank you. I strove to create an outfit that matched her high social station as the demoiselle. So tell me, what happened? I can tell the conversation didn't go quite as expected.
Well, it's like this.
Ugh.
I know, Chiori, you don't have to say it. You did remind me that this investor was a little bit sketchy.
Yes, there's no doubt about that.
But how could I pass it up? He offered me twice as much as the others.
And therein lies the problem.
Yes, but just put yourself in my shoes. After obtaining such an excellent script, it's only natural that I would want to make the most of the film. The budgets that the others had proposed were nowhere near enough. It's difficult to find someone willing to front such a large amount of mora, so...
Don't be sad, Xavier. We might be able to help scrounge up some more together for you.
Oh, thank you, Paimon. That means a lot to me. But the cost of the film is staggering. I'm afraid that any mora we can scrounge together in a short amount of time won't even be able to cover the actors' fees.
We need to move on. What's happened has already happened, and there's no changing it. But now's not the time to give up.
What? You're saying that you have a plan?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm simply saying I wouldn't give up just yet. The actors I recommended aren't just after Mora after all. Really? Then where do you live?
We Malazines live in Marcy Village. The only way to enter is from underwater.
Oh, you must be pretty tired after work every day, right? I mean, you have to swim all that way just to go home.
We are so thoughtful. But some Malazines choose to live in the Court of Fontaine because it's so much more convenient.
This is our stop.
Oh, we've arrived. But I haven't even finished chatting with Abel yet. I also enjoyed Abel's introductions to Fontaine along the way. Everything you described was so clear and detailed that we can't help but want to hear more.
Thank you so much. I'm usually working here on the Sakura bus, so I hope I'll have the chance to see you again. There are still many more places I'd like to introduce to you.
Welcome to the Court of Fontaine.
Chiori, you sure have changed a lot. This is the first time we've seen you since you left Inazuma.
I haven't realized it's been so long. I was in such a rush when I left that I didn't even get to say goodbye.
Thank you for extending the invitation, Mr. Xavier. I'm looking forward to a fruitful trip here in Fontaine.
It's an honor to have the head of the Kamisato clan visit us.
So they are who you meant when you said you had actors coming from Inazuma?
Oh? It's the Traveler and Paimon. Wow, what a coincidence! Ayaka and I were just talking about you on the way here. Are you also here for the film?
We just ran into Xavier earlier and came over with him.
But I'm not an actress. Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka are the real actors here. I'm just tagging along with Ayaka to have a good time together.
About that, I mean...
О, какие люди! Здравствуй, таксист. Ты это мимо проходя, что ли? Или ты, как обычно, до конца? Я тут сижу сейчас, кушаю. Надеюсь, вы тоже поели, молодой человек. А я, да, приготовил покушать. Ну, то есть, вчера приготовил, сегодня подогрел и сейчас сел за Геншину. За гачу. Или как там русский? Гача, да? А я не знаю, почему.
Did you reserve 2 spots for us too?
Yes, of course.
Ну что, таксист, с наступающим тебя. Завтра... Завтра стрим будет, но вечером. скорее мимо. Ну вот. Завтра будет стрим, а вот послезавтра, если только днем,
Wow, buildings in Fontaine are so
в
tall.
воскресенье
Just
у
look at how
меня
big they are. And there's the fountain that Aval
к
mentioned
вечеру
earlier.
уедем с
It
дома.
really is a magnificent sight.
Ну или под вечер,
And look at that huge spinning
точно не
sphere.
знаю.
Where does it get its power? Wait a sec. Could it be one of those clockwork mecha we've heard so much about?
Чё, как дела вообще? Ой. Ой-ля-ля. Тра-ля-ля. Чили. Или. Как вообще графа? Не лагает, не? Ничего на стриме? Чё, как там? Картинка.
So
Нормально?
this is what food from Fontaine is like. It sure is different from what we have in Inazuma. How should I describe it? It seems
Прекрасно
like you have
тогда.
to go through a lot more steps to make them. And the flavor has many layers too.
Ah, yes. When I first went to Inazuma, I actually thought the food there tasted a little too bland. It took some time for me to get used to it.
Let's get back to the purpose of this trip for a moment, shall we?
Это
How
хорошо.
have preparations for the film been coming along, Mr.
Знаешь,
Xavier?
тут
Well, I've already assembled
сейчас
most of the film
идет
crew,
одна бетка
lighting specialist,
у
a
игры.
prop
То
manager,
есть в
and
игре.
a
То есть
costume
одна
designer.
игра
I've also bought the copyrights from the novel's
намечается.
author.
Ну, то есть
Oh, it's called the
очень много
Musketeers, right? I
положительного
read the script you sent me on the
насчет
way
этой
here.
игры.
The story is pretty good.
Я тоже
Originally, I was planning
немножко
to
в
start
нее
filming
играл.
as soon as Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka arrived in Fontaine, but I'm afraid I've run into a bit of a problem.
Когда релизница, буду играть в
What
нее,
is it?
скорее всего.
It has to do with the film's investor, Mr. Morris. He suddenly informed me this morning that he's encountered some financial trouble and will be unable to release to me the amount of funding agreed upon.
It's said that Fontaine's legal
Называется
system
она
is well developed.
Once Human.
If he has violated the contract, then can't you simply take him to court over the
Потом
matter?
можешь посмотреть, что да как.
Well, I'm still more concerned about filming. Even if I were to take him to court,
Every
I'm afraid it
survival
would take
game
months before the
needs
case could even be
fight
heard.
like
Then,
this. Once
Is there a
Human.
way we could raise funds ourselves to solve the problem?
Что-то
I've considered that
я
option too, but
много поиграл, но
it's difficult
я
to get
медленный и
access to a large
плохой
amount of mora on
игрок
such
в этой
short
игре.
notice.
И в таких
Besides, we
играх
have to
вообще.
consider the film festival
Ну, я
submission
вообще
deadline.
плохой игрок, на самом деле.
Yep, I don't like.
Ayaka and I were willing to perform for free.
Alright, I'm at the military base. There's a guard right out the front, so.
What? No, out of the
Это
question.
что-то было
To have
в
you come all
начале.
this way just to act
Тут
for
боссы
free?
есть в игре.
No, that won't do.
Тут много.
There's no need to worry, Mr. Xavier. My brother and I had actually intended to work for free after
Это
receiving your invitation.
чуть-чуть, чуть-чуть из девишки, но в основном из, знаешь,
And it needs to
Раста,
strengthen its relations and
Конан
cultural ties with other
Эксерандам
nations.
и так далее.
We didn't
Игры,
have many
которые
collaboration
тужалки
projects with
эти.
Fontaine in the past, so we hope this trip would serve as a
Нифига
good
себе.
start for the future.
Indeed. You could say that's the real reason why the Yashiro Commission agreed to come to Fontaine.
Ну, тут
I
тут
understand,
очень
but
тяжелая
having you
прокачка,
two act for
конечно
free
же,
just doesn't seem
в
right.
каком-то мере. Ну, для
Not at
меня.
all.
Это
While we're officially here to
No.
conduct a cultural survey of sorts, we must express our sincerity if we want to establish formal cultural ties with your nation. This film
прокачка.
will serve as proof of friendly cooperation and cultural exchange between Inazuma and Fontaine.
Армора, которую
It's my
носишь.
hope that the film can be finished and released as
И, кстати,
smoothly as
смотри,
possible.
Я и ждал,
Still
если
don't
ты
feel
придешь,
comfortable with
покажу
this
тебе
arrangement. I would
кое-что.
also be more than
Тут
happy to be
типа
introduced to some other renowned
21
individuals in Fontaine's literary and
декабря
artistic circles.
кто-то заявил, что все же китайцы обновили
Alright,
карту
I'll do
Лиюэ.
as you say. Thank you, thank you
Но
so
в комментах
much. I'll make sure to
читается,
cobble
что
together enough more
домик,
now,
который
even if it
в
means
Лиюэ,
selling my
он на
house,
самом деле
my camera,
имелся
and
всегда.
every single family
Потому что
heirloom.
там
Come on now, no need to go that far. I'll also help you out as a brand sponsor.
А, ну я делаю тоже тут какой-то квест. Что-то делаю. Если тебе знакомы моменты, то ты понимаешь, что я делаю.
You are too kind, all of you. I really don't know how to.
Alright, enough about that. Now that we have Xavier's savings, my support, and 2 leads who are willing to act for free, I think we will be able to make this happen. So, instead of Mora, you'll help with filming and production.
Oh, but how can we help with that? We don't know much about making a film.
Alright, pull yourself together, Xavier. Tell us if there are still any open positions left among the crew.
All right. Let me think. We still need a camera operator,
Это
a
видимо.
clapper loader, and someone to manage logistics. I originally
Вот
wanted
эта
to
милота,
serve as
девушка
director,
слева,
but
вот
I've been too
которая.
busy working as the producer. So the positions of director and
Смотри,
director's
какую обувь
assistant
у неё
will also
надета.
need to be filled.
Странно.
Knows what the director and the
Удлиненным,
logistics support person do, but
удлиненной
what's a clapper loader?
подошвой, что ли?
The clapper loader is responsible for using the clapper board to record and organize the information of each shot when the camera operator begins shooting. The work requires both patience and careful attention to detail.
Конечно, я вообще не играл всю эту неделю.
Oh, you mean the thing they hold that goes clap whenever they start...
Yes, that's right.
Захожу под
Paimon's always wanted to try
под
that.
конец дня, знаешь,
Then you'll be our
забрать
clapper loader. I
ежедневки.
can find someone from the store to help with
И то.
logistics.
Захожу,
What do you think,
чтобы
Xavier?
сбирать свои
Fine
90
by me.
гемов. Да, и
As for
всё.
our camera operator, I
Так и
was
так
thinking of letting
бывает.
the traveler take the
Честно
role.
говоря, вообще.
Oh, he's great when it comes to using a camera. Paimon can't even count how many things we've taken photos of during our journey.
Yes, that's also what I was thinking. I noticed the traveler had an eye for photography and composition when we worked together previously.
Все, я сыт.
I'm sure that's due to the traveler's journey across Devat and all the places they've seen. After so many adventures, using a camera must be second nature by now.
What do you say, traveler? Are you
А,
interested
кстати,
in
а
the
весь
job?
ивент уже открыт, да, на сегодняшний день? Или еще нет?
Thank you. It really means a lot to me. Come on, friend. Let me give you a big warm hug.
Come on, friend. Давайте, друзья, обнимемся, да, что ли? А, да, точно. Позволь, я тебя обниму.
All that's left for us to find is a director
Они
and
сразу
an assistant.
против.
Oh, me. I want to be the director's assistant. All we need to do is help the
You,
director, right? I can handle that.
All right, then all we need is a director. Oh, all the well-known directors
На
in
сегодня,
Fontaine
ну,
are
на
probably
сегодня
also busy working on their own
весь ивент
films
открыт
these
или
days.
он
I'm
еще
not sure who will have time to
открывается?
help.
Oh, Farina helped out a theater troupe recently by serving as an artistic consultant.
Либо
She could be a
завтрашним,
good
либо,
director, right? Besides, it's not like she has anything else to do right now.
либо еще что.
Farina? Do you really think Lady Farina would be willing to help us with our humble project?
Isn't that the name of Fontaine's Hydro Archon? My brother has already informed me about what happened here in Fontaine.
Yep, that's her. She helped out a theater troupe not too...
Well,
Так,
I
а
saw that musical.
ты вот
Her performance was
выбивал
perfect. And the storyboards
эту
were also
новенькую,
excellent.
правда?
Don't let
Она
her
тебе
former
нравится?
ability intimidate you. She's the best
Ну, в
candidate
этом
we can think
смысле,
of right
что
now. You'll never know until you give her a
будешь ее
shot.
прокачивать и
fine. You're right,
с ней
Shiori.
в
I'll do
дальнейшем
anything for the
бегать.
sake of my film. Anything. Then I'll have to ask the
Или как
traveler and
вообще?
Paimon to show me the way to Lady Farina's
Слушай,
residence.
В смысле?
I just hope she'll agree
Насчет
to
этого.
help.
Do you need us to also come along?
No, there's no need to trouble you with this. Besides, you've just arrived in Fontaine, and I'm sure there are many places you would like to visit. Just leave this task to me. It's part of my duties as the producer.
Very well. Then we'll be waiting to hear the good news.
I'll go with you. By the way, you might want to consider bringing a gift.
And don't worry, we won't simply drop
Не
you off at
бойся, мы не
Farina's place.
бросим тебя
We
на
know Farina
пороге
pretty well
дома
by now. So
Фурины.
having some familiar faces there should help your
Мы
chances.
хорошо ее
Besides,
знаем.
the whole thing was was our idea in the
Нас с
first
тобой.
place.
Скорее
All
всего.
right, then I'll start making preparations. As for the gift...
А подарок?
A gift for
Подарок для
someone who
той,
was
кому
once
все
seen as the Hydro Archon.
поклонялись, как
I wonder what she would
гидрофонту.
like.
I recall that Lady Farina once fancied a
Да.
clockwork ring, so perhaps I should get another exquisite clockwork contraption for her.
Huh? Can't we just bring some desserts, like the Fontanalia mousse?
But wouldn't that be a little too cheap? She does like desserts, though.
Isn't the Fontanalia festival happening right now?
Будешь
People
качать?
tell us on the Aquabus that
Хорошо.
Farina introduced the tradition of going door to door and
Класс.
asking for sweets. To do something like that, she must have a
Круто
real
ты
sweet tooth.
попал на
I
ТВ.
agree with Monya.
Та-да-дам,
If the gift is
та-ра-ра.
too fancy, it might actually make her feel more uncomfortable.
Alright then, let's go buy some Fontanalia
Блин,
mousse.
на автобус билет покупать невозможно.
But will that
Нельзя
really be
вроде
enough?
с интернета.
We'll be asking her to do a lot of work, you know.
Или можно на это время?
You're right. We need to further sweeten the deal.
Еще не покупал билеты.
You want something even sweeter than
Блядь, бля.
Fontanalia mousse?
Yes, we'll need a gift that's sweeter than any dessert in the world.
But what could that be?
Your words of praise.
Да что ж такое-то? Рецепт мусс. Эй, что тут? Тут закрыто. В интернете нельзя покупать. У меня денег наличия нету. Ёкалыманы. Че, в магазин еще ходить, что ли, надо? Вообще не задумывался об этом. Странно, очень странно строят. Вот тут есть столбик. Вот тут столбика нет. Там есть, а вот тут нет столбиков. Да. Ох ты. Куда мы пришли?
Sure, this is where Farina lives.
Okay,
Ого.
go knock on the
Тут и
door.
живет Фурина, ничего себе. Вот это да. Ха, иду, кто это может быть в такой час? Покажите хоть как дверь открывается.
Who are you?
А, показали, как она
Lady
перед дверью
Farina,
стоит.
please
Но
allow me
не
to
как
introduce
дверь
myself.
открывается и не
I
закрывается.
am Xavier, a film director.
Hello. Oh, is that the traveler in Paimon I see behind you? And who's this?
Да, у Нави ульта
The one
бьет.
from Shiorya Boutique.
Тебе нельзя быть
Hello.
далеко от мобов. Или ты,
So,
если
what
ты
are you
отбежишь
all
от
doing
мобов,
here?
то
Do you
ульта
need
не
something?
будет ультовать их.
You just get up, Farina? It's already past noon, you know.
Коза большой радиус ульты компенсирует это.
Oh, Paimon means the weather is so nice in the afternoon and the sun is so warm. Just like how you make us feel. Sleeping in late is a really smart idea. No. I was just up late last night reading some novels. What does sleeping in have to do with the weather?
Что я
This
не
is a
понял?
small gift we've prepared for you,
Квесту
Lady
наем
Farina.
Фурины.
We hope you like it.
Что?
No need to be so formal. I'm just a regular person like everyone else now.
Is this Fontinalia mousse? It's one of my favorites.
That's great! So, actually, there's something we need your help with. Given your renowned passion and understanding of drama, I would like to ask that you serve as the director of our film crew.
Oh, but didn't you just say that you're a director?
Yes, but for this particular project, I'm mainly working as a
читай
producer.
квест, да, спасибо,
Besides,
еще
I'm
что.
sure that your understanding of the performing
Скажите
arts far
спасибо, что я не
surpasses my
скипаю.
own, Lady Farina.
Are the Traveler and Paimon also part of the film crew?
Yep, we sure are. Paimon's the clapper loader and he's the camera.
Ты можешь хоть и весь квест рассказывать мне в чате. Вот тогда, может, я это реально...
Affects the final quality of the film. Are you No, I'm not questioning.
А то тут квесты, столько тоннов текстов, ужас просто. Вот ты сам знаешь прекрасно. Что я
You
говорю.
are getting better at rolling with the situation, Paimon. I do wish to see how skilled the Traveler really is with a camera. Alright, how about this? We'll work with what we have. I'll give you some very good. It's essential for the camera operator to understand the director's vision. I'll make my decision after seeing your work. Are you ready? I have high standards, you know. Okay.
Чё, как долго ты можешь
Camera,
быть
and
тут,
I'll give you a
если можно
scenario.
спросить? Садись за визуальную. Визуальную новеллу. Хе. А, еще часик. Ну да, как обычно практически. Все продолжение камеры. Закадрового текста. Нужно показать мастерскую Бомонт. Мастерскую Бомонт. Вот это что ли? Мастерская Бомонт. Это оружейная мастерская в городе Фонтейне, в которой для ковки используется особая ковальная машина. Там основной геймплей — это чтение и выбор диалогов. Ой, нет, спасибо. Мне такие точно не сидят. Ой, подожди. Работа ковальной машины. Ну да, вот это. Да я уже понял, так сказать. Почему только варианты один? Может очень точно. Требования к положению камеры нужно показать, как непринужденно работает СТ. Стиль не работает. Это куриц хотел сказать. Чё? Мастерская — это первая фотка? Все, хорошо, она. Так. А как по звукам вообще, кстати? По звукам все нормально? Добавилось, если что, чуть-чуть. Так. Ящики с упакованным готовым оружием. Мастерской бомбан. Мастерской бомбан. Мастерской бомбан. Нормально, хорошо. Оба-на. Хуяндок. Бомба. Бомбац.
You have more skill than I thought.
Я тебя
All the
недооценивал.
shots had a great composition, and I could really feel a connection to the.
Yeah! Does that mean you agree to be our director for it?
Did you think I would agree just like that? After our performance of the Little Oceanid, I've begun to make a name for myself again, you know. In fact,
Скорее всего,
if others were to
нормально.
find out I.
Hey, but didn't we have a
Это же не ивентовый этот. Да, тут же нет очков, вот именно. Я тоже что-то смотрел, что-то не то. Как текст начался,
How much you're willing to pay me to be the
было
director?
понятно уже.
Well, I can offer you this much.
Ну да, не всрать.
What?
Но это уже не проверить, не узнать, потому что
Это
же всего лишь задание, а не
But our crew is in a tight financial spot at the moment.
не твое старание на баллы.
Well, even though it's highly
Чтоб
unlikely
получить
now that I'll join
награду.
your crew, there's still something I'd like to ask. Exactly what film are you planning to make?
Oh, our script is an adaptation of The Two Musketeers.
Huh? Wait, you mean the suspense thriller novel that was a #1 bestseller?
Oh, so Farina's read it too.
Of course I read it. I've always had a keen interest in artistic works that strike a chord with the populace. I see. It all makes sense now. You must have used most of the budget to pay for the copyright.
Not really. The novel's author transferred the copyright to me practically for free once he heard that I wanted to make a film adaptation of the story. The lack of budget is due to another issue.
He probably just wants to get his name out there. So, Mora isn't the most important thing to him right now. It reminds me of a delivery courier who wears one of my designs.
А ты же знаешь создателей игр, не игры, а игр на ТИС.
She provides for my brand is well worth
У них
it.
разные игры там есть.
So, are you a big fan of this story, Farina?
Well, it's alright. The pacing of the story is good, but the character relationships could use some work. When I was reading it before, I always felt like some things were left on a rather unsatisfactory note. I have high standards, you know. Ahem, Mr. Xavier, if, hypothetically speaking, I agree to be the director, how much freedom would I have in terms of script revisions and creative interpretation?
Oh, as much freedom as you would need. I wouldn't dare doubt the tastes of Fontaine's greatest star.
Good. Then I'm free to alter the script as I see fit.
Absolutely, no problem.
All right. It seems that your crew really can't go on without my care and direction.
So, You agree?
Yes, I agree. Although the pay is well below what someone of my caliber deserves. A great script calls for a great director. I mustn't let a perfectly good story be ruined due to lack of funds. If you have fine cheese and bread, you wouldn't just let it sit on the counter and get moldy just because you lack an oven, right?
Oh, Hydro Archon above! I'm not dreaming, am I? Somebody pinch me.
There's no more Hydro Archon, you know. And it's still a little early to celebrate. There's a lot that goes into shooting a film. Although the trickiest tasks of finalizing the script and casting the actors have already been taken care of, we'll still need to reserve filming locations. Not to say set up lighting and props. And by the way, since we'll be filming The Two Musketeers, we'll need to find an action choreographer. Ideally, a professional who has actual experience with muskets.
Yes, I've thought about this as well. I was hoping that you might know someone who could handle the job.
Me? If this was before, I could have simply asked Lorand. But it's already been some time since I last talked to her. Navia can also use firearms, but unfortunately, her style is quite different from that of the characters in the story.
Could we ask the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol?
Oh, you mean the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
Yes, that's right. They work with muskets every day. I can't think of anyone more qualified than them.
They would be under Nervilette's jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I don't have any connection with them at all. So, in the end, we still have to start by talking to Nervilette.
No need to go to all that trouble. I know the Captain Chevres.
Oh, you do? Wait, Chiari, how do you know the captain of the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
No particular reason. Running a business means dealing with some trouble from time to time, and she's helped me out on a few occasions. In return, I've helped her handle a few situations in which the Special Patrol couldn't get involved directly. So, we've gotten to know each other over time.
So you're saying there's been times when the Special Patrol needed a fashion designer to handle a situation? Your work is becoming more and more mysterious.
It'd be best to keep it that way. Anyway, enough about that. What do you all think about asking the captain to be our musket action choreographer?
She sounds professional enough. She is a captain after all. I have no objections.
But I imagine the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol must be busy with their duties. Do you think she'd really have time to help with shooting a film? And then there's the issue of pay.
Well, it just so happens that she's also not the kind of person that's just after Mora. As for whether she has time, I'll have to go and ask her first.
Then I'll leave that to you. Macaroni's on sale today, so I've got to go. You can just tell me how things went when we discuss tomorrow's plan later.
No problem.
Having Farina join feels like a big boost to our team.
Of course. Just wait until the day of our premiere. You'll witness the true power of my name in these lands. You'll be so glad I agreed to help. I can guarantee that even the standing tickets will be sold out. I'll be sure to ask some people I know to see if they'd be willing to act as extras.
Seems like you're finally getting more comfortable with your own reputation now.
I didn't ask for the Clapper Loader's commentary, Paimon.
Then let's get going. I happen to know where Chevres
Так я
is
сейчас
today.
приду.
By the
Формат.
way, I'm curious. If my pay is so low, then what about our two lead actors? Didn't they travel here all the way from Inazuma?
Actually, they told us that they see the trip as part of a cultural exchange, so they didn't ask for any pay.
What? So is every person in Teyvat who doesn't want money gathered here to shoot this film? Don't tell me Chiori isn't being paid either.
I already knew Xavier from before, and he's also agreed to give my brand some good exposure.
It seems the gods have really smiled upon you, Xavier. And that certainly doesn't include me, mind you.
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it.
Ой, так. Ну чё? Что тут? Ой. Так. Да уж.
All right, this is the place.
But where's the captain? There's hardly anyone around here.
She's over there. The one with an eye patch reading in front of the newsstand.
Oh, her! Paimon could tell there was something different about her. She seems kinda intimidating.
Please wait here for a moment. I'll go fetch her. She's working now, so you might not want to get in her way.
Working? But isn't she just standing there and reading a novel?
Just trust me.
Oh, alright, let's see what happens then. Shiori sure is a mysterious person. She claims just to be a fashion designer, but she knows all these powerful people.
The court of Fontaine isn't particularly tolerant of visitors from overseas, so it isn't easy for a foreigner to promote their brand here. Even more so in the competitive world of fashion. Even a local like me just trying to make a film has to face all kinds of challenges. So I can only imagine what Chiori has been through to get where she is today. I'm sure that having more connections has definitely worked in her favor.
Reading on the job?
Detective novel.
One main character?
No. Multiple. Branching storylines.
I see. How's the plot coming along?
One of the main characters is about to make a choice that will affect the rest of his life. I'd wager he's going to make the wrong choice.
Any way to speed things up? There's something I need your help with.
You know that doesn't depend on me. It all comes down to what the character chooses.
Which is exactly why I'm here to help.
All right. It Appears he made the wrong choice in the end. Halt!
Huh? What's going on?
Hand over whatever you're holding.
Oh, it's just a book. I didn't buy anything else.
Then I'm sure you wouldn't mind letting me have a look.
Excuse me, officer. I don't mind you standing around here, not purchasing anything, but I'd prefer if you didn't disturb my customers. It's bad for business, you know?
Don't give me that act. You won't be able to get off so easily either. I am Chevraz, captain of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. I will say this one last time. Hand over whatever you're holding at once. And before you do anything unwise, let me remind you that I'll have you on the ground before you can even think about making a run for it.
All right. I'll give it to you. But please let me say something first. If there's any contraband in that book, then the shopkeeper here is the one who slipped it in. I don't have anything to do with this.
Why, you trying to leave me on the hook, huh? You were the one who said you wanted it.
Save it for the interrogation room. Take them away, Letelier.
What's going on here? One second you're reading a book and the next you're escorting people away.
And who are... Oh! Aren't you the traveler who's been all over the papers recently? Chiori, I'm assuming what you wanted to ask me about has to do with them, right? Maybe I can let you in on what's happening then. Now that Vacher has been brought to justice, no new shipments of synth will be made and distributed to sellers. The Fontaine guards have been busy collecting the remaining synths still circulating on the market. Thanks to a tip from our reliable source here, this should be the very last batch.
Oh, so you were pretending to read a book in order to catch the bad guys. Oh, Paimon almost forgot to introduce ourselves. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler and Xavier.
Hey, I'm Chevraz. You probably already heard me introduce myself, so I won't bother repeating it.
Yeah, why didn't you make a move as soon as you had the chance? Were you worried that my intel wasn't accurate?
No, I wanted to see if the shopkeeper would turn himself in first. All he had to do was come up to me and say that he didn't know where the synth had come from. If he did that, then I wouldn't have had to press charges on him.
He had the whole day to turn the synth over to Chevraz. But instead, the moment I came up and blocked Chevraz's line of sight, he took the opportunity to sell it off.
Yep, he made the wrong choice, even though the right choice was right there in front of him.
But you knew they wouldn't make the right choice.
Yeah, I knew. I was just hoping I'd be wrong for once. Enough about that, though. What did you want to ask me about?
Oh, you see, it's like this.
Хорошо, давай.
Two Musketeers. You certainly have a good eye for a story. So what do you need me to do? Just be the action choreographer for the actors?
Yes, that's right. I want to make sure we get all the details right. I want the actor's posture and understanding of firearms to be as realistic as possible. However, I'm afraid this work will require a bit of your time, since you'll have to be present whenever we're filming. Also, as for the pay...
No need to say any more. I'll join.
Huh? Just like that. What?
Really? You're willing to help us with our humble film project?
Sure, it's no big deal. As I said, we've wrapped up our investigation here, so I don't have any other tasks on my plate for the moment. Besides, I personally really like this novel. I even have the collector's edition at home. Stories where justice prevails over evil never get old for me.
Then we've got a deal?
Yes, I'll see you on set tomorrow.
Oh my! I can hardly believe it! I should tell Lady Farina immediately. Oh, and I must tell the prop manager and lighting technician to get everything ready. We start filming tomorrow!
Calm down, Xavier. The film is going to take more than just a day to finish. Still, I should also head back now and start preparing the actors' costumes and makeup.
Alright, guess that's it for today then.
Traveler, Paimon, please stay for a moment. I have something to tell you.
Then I'll take Xavier back. Poor thing. He's so excited that he can't even walk straight anymore. I don't want to spend our first day fishing. Yep, see.
I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties.
So what did you want to tell us, Chevres?
Have you read The Two Musketeers? The story is about a pair of children born into the household of a baron, and their struggle. They were raised at the baron's estate, where their mother worked as a maid. The two were illegitimate children that the baron had with the maid, so they were never treated well by anyone. One day, upon returning home, they found their mother had been murdered and left dead on the floor. It was quite evident that the culprits were the other members of the baron's household, who never had any kind words to say to them. However, the Baron was able to exert his influence and keep the whole thing under wraps. The mother's death was eventually deemed as a suicide, and there was no chance of bringing her murderers to justice. The two siblings decided to flee and someday avenge their mother. Many years later, members of the Baron's family suddenly started turning up dead one after the other, all killed by gunshot. A rainbow rose was found on each of the victims' bodies, being the flower that the kid's mother liked best. The Baron believed that the mother's soul had come to take vengeance on him, so he lived in fear each day. But it was actually those two siblings who had fled all those years ago. They relied on each other to survive and trained day and night, eventually becoming adept musketeers. They used all of their abilities to collect evidence and clues before executing their plan and exacting revenge on the Baron. Their actions let the truth behind their mother's death be known to all.
That's quite an exhilarating story.
Yep, the Baron got what he deserved for his evil deeds, and justice was able to prevail. It was just the kind of story I enjoy.
Oh, so is that why you were so willing to join our crew, Chevres?
You could say it was one of the reasons.
Oh, you mean there were other reasons too?
I've read the reports about you. Whether it was at the trials or when you lent your hand to resolve our nation's crisis, you've shown that you've got a strong sense of justice, as well as a great mind for deductions. Yes, you're as sharp as I expected. It seems you've experienced many similar situations before. There's been a recent murder case involving muskets. The perpetrator's methods appear to be very similar to what is described in the novel.
Huh. Really? But Paimon didn't see anything about that in today's papers.
The Marechaussee Phantom hasn't yet released any information to the public because the investigation is currently at a standstill. The murderer is extremely cautious.
A murder involving firearms? But not that many people use those in Fontaine, right?
Impossible. We perform a routine inspection of our firearms and ammo reserves every day. If one of the weapons had been fired, it would stick out like a sore thumb. Besides, I trust the members of my platoon. However... Well, that's all I can disclose about the case today.
Huh? What do you mean?
I hope you all can go back and get some shut-eye. You can decide tomorrow whether or not you'd like to join the investigation with me. I'm aware this might not be the ideal time to add more to your plate, but the more capable people we have, the better the chances that justice will prevail. Carrying out investigations isn't actually supposed to be our responsibility. Our job is to apprehend the perpetrators. Finding them is really up to the Marechaussee Phantom. You could say I'm taking part in the investigation out of personal interest. I don't want people to see muskets in a negative way, and also, I'm concerned about the similarity between the crimes and the story.
You mean they might be connected somehow?
I suspect so. Just to make myself clear, this is not an order, nor is it a deal of any kind. It's a request, nothing more. If you two have any interest in the case after we finish filming tomorrow and are willing to assist me, then I would be most grateful.
What do you think, Traveler? Yeah, you're right. Paimon's getting a little tired too. We've really been hustling all day.
You'd better head back and get some rest. It's good to keep a calm mind, especially when you're about to make an important decision. Otherwise, when the moment comes, you might end up like that shopkeeper and not even realize that the right choice is right there in front of you.
О, а что за награды вот такие на почте? Получил награду в браузере. А, браузер. Господи, боже мой. Ну да. Я что-то не врубился. Хотя... Таксист, кстати, если ты тут, дай знать.
Melusine.
It's finally time to meet up with everyone. Paimon even dreamt of making the film last night.
В смысле, не хотел. О, там, где нужен Гидра, персонаж, там хорошо с ним. А с ним красиво бегать, то есть украшивает природу, жизнь в фонтейне ведь. Требования. Покажите остановку и персонажа. Остановку и персонажа. Это такая остановка, что ли? Странно. Очень странно. Кстати, ты браузерный ивент делал или нет? Браузерный ивент делал ты или нет? Или не делал? Так. Подчеркните выражение лица актрисы. Роль исполняет Шарлотта во время мыслительного процесса. Мыслительного. Остановка, где ты видел автобусы и поезда тут. Так тут же написано остановку и персонажа. Вот, вот, остановку и персонажа. И вот тут остановка. Тут же остановка. Только по краям. Так вот остановка, оказывается. Это лодки. Зачем актриса роль исполняет? Шарлотта установила на улицу фотокамеру. Что для главного редактора? Может быть, купить новый объектив после получения зарплаты? Не знаю, это так стрёмно. Я думаю 2 и 2. То есть вторая картинка и второй вариант. Но Семите, как актриса роль исполняет, что-то задумалась перед фотокамерой. Фотокамерой теперь. А тут... Ага. Тут и тут, видишь, одинаковые. Покажите, как актриса размышляет над тем, что будет фотографировать, и включите в кадр пейзаж города Фонтейн. Пейзаж. А пейзаж имеется это в виду, что ли? Чё, какая... Покажите. Ой, обстановку. Извините, да, точно. Я читал остановка и персонажа. Обстановку и персонажа. Все. Клумба с цветами. Это пейзаж, да. И тут снимите выражение лица, подчеркнув смену эмоций. Шо? Передайте мысли актрисы при выборе угла съемки. Да боже! Да ну вас, блин. Моя это... Ваша не понимать. Да, сейчас. Передайте мысли актрисы. Я говорю угол съемки. Так на снимке Куртни Фонтейн предстанет его самому. Кажется, это обманчивое ощущение. Нужно немного потерпеть. Гонорар. О, 20. Во втором ошибка. Ого, 30. Тут 0. Да, вот там я и был прав. Во. Все отлично. Хотя что-то не то, я думаю. Да.
I see the value in my own work.
Все же тут. Да. И опять что-то не то, что ли? Хотя, подожди. Ну да, а что тут? Опять не то. А, вот что. Ой. Так, я проверю тут. 20. 20. 10. Да. Во. Восхитительно. Поразительное мастерство. Лучше как снайперку проходишь, если не прошел еще. Покажи лучше как снайперку. Я вообще ничего не проходил. Не удивляйся, ничего не проходил же. Видишь, я это выполнил, а здесь нет. Это есть, это есть. Ой, ничего, тут только он выполнено. Тут выполнено что у нас? Ни одна не выполнена. Вот эта снайперка, да, твоя? Самая верхняя. Нет, я уже понял, да. Там. Я мог бы и туда телепортнуться. Ой, что я делаю? Это ж не то. Как просто обратить до максимального. Окей. Во. Ну чё? Вот тебе и на. Будет новель. Ой, новель. Это. Навия. Безобразие. Ни Навию, ни Дубину. Так это... Остаток снарядов не менее 20. Может и будет, но не в мою пользу. У вас есть? Кстати, там кого-то хотел получить к ивенту морских фонарей или во время его. Ах ты! Вот оно куда убежала. А. Ой. Я не вижу. Там были бочки. Иногда бочки есть, можно по ним. Ну да. Но это не настолько сложно на самом деле для меня. Здравствуй, Вайфу, добро пожаловать. Потому что я же и в КСе снайпером играл. Знаю суть. По головам стреляю. Ну, с пистолета тоже с головой, в голову, но не с первого удара, конечно. Не чаще всего. Выбор уровня. А, во. Вэфо. Добро пожаловать тогда. Ух ты, в городе нифига. Ой. Западрало. Ну и тут, конечно, невозможно так играть, как в КСе. А тут тоже по количеству. Ну да, тут 30. А, кстати. Да. Ух ты. Наблюдая за происходящим вокруг. Да блин, не хочу я торопиться, конечно. Ой. Вот так. Так. Странно, конечно, бочки, ну то есть взрывы возле каравана, да, возле... дамаг не наносится, хотя должно ж наноситься. Да. И что тут такого, что ты хотел на это посмотреть, как я играю? Что тут? Заныкался. Ой, рано. Ну, хоть и так. Охрана, стоит охрана. Ах. Я хотел попасть, но тут у меня слишком чувствительная мышка. Ого, быстрее. Бежит. Нет. О. Ах. Вот так. Да. Ну ничего так. Нормально. Нормально. Летающее говно. Ой. Я уже дамажу караван. А, да, вот так. Верно. Все правильно. Ага. Рановато разрушил, да, этот? Как его? Ох, ёшкин матрешка, ты что делаешь, Кто позвонил? Ого. Смена позиции камеры. Стоял и смотрел вместо того, чтобы стрелять. Раз и два. А ты что тут? Не сдох, что ли, шербочек? Вот так. Ничего. Ну, классно они придумывают что-то новое, но скажем так, что все равно скукота. К Кстати, в чайник не хочешь так? А, в чайник только завтра. Только завтра. Извиняюсь. Нет же, сделали бы кнопку забрать все награды. Не знаю, что это такое еще. Так, что у нас еще тут? Общий результат. А, вот это нифига. А как туда? Отсюда, что ли? Сейчас посмотрим. Так, стоп, минутку, погодите-ка. А что я там получил? Так, это рецепт. Вот монеты, блин. Печать гидро. Печати гидро. Печать гидро. Никак. Пока что. А, так это... По стенке пробежаться. Я думал, сейчас дальше пролетит. Вот был бы класс. Так. Оформление красивое, конечно, вот этот ивент. У этого ивента оформление. Класс просто. Ну ладно. А, кстати, это же, блин. В красные ворота. А где красные ворота-то? И кому-то другому тоже там. Ать! Ладно. Ничего страшного. Ну ладно. Ну куда, блин? Вот бараны-то, а? Ой, блин, что я делаю? Вот бараны суют нос куда не следует. Не дали мне. Ого, 800. До начала испытания. Так. Пару минут, извиняюсь, мне кое-что чекнуть, проверить надо. Быстренько. Да. Ой. Подожди-ка. Я постоянно вот в эту и должен играть, да, чтобы... Ну да, кстати. Вот кнопка забрать все. Ну да, точно. Ого. Блин, тут тяжелее. Да. А почему это? Кстати, подожди. А, все верно. Блин, я... Ну это же не синий, а фиолетовый, блин, барьер. Вот так. Не после того, что других было. Опухление. Чё? Ого, 1100. Ну я мастер. На все золотые руки. Могли бы еще добавить возможность дальше играть. По сути, ничего не меняется, да? А только дальше играть в следующий раунд, ну, где ничего не меняется. Кроме этого арены, и все. Блин, тоже придумали. Пипец просто. Желтая. Да, что-то сложно, да? Нет. Нет. Повезло.
Take it easy.
Шестьдесят 70, 23. Сколько у меня? 56. Доставлено роскошных шаров 5. Собран прыжков. Ой, прыжевых.
I see the value in my own work, but I
1105.
also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine.
А сколько там вообще надо? 5000. Да. Да, гемов очень мало, конечно. Могли бы сделать в 2 раза меньше, да. И... Ладно, подумаю. Так, сколько тут этапов? 10. Ну, 4 этапа. Или 5 этапов. Кто моя любимая тут? Ну ладно, я возьму. Фурину.
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is
Mandarina.
crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile,
Кто-то как будто вообще не даже... Я исполнил больше всего прыжков. Оба. А мне даже помогает, смотрите-ка. Я тоже помогаю им. О! О, в смысле? Ты все, что ли, таксист? А чё так рано-то? Ох, рано. Ладно, удачки, давай тогда. Спасибо, что зашел. Увидимся завтра. 1100. Ой, 1100. 1100. До завтра тогда. Пока-пока, таксист. Спасибо, что зашел. Было приятно. Было приятно увидеть. Все, пока-пока. Так. Ну что, я выполнил все? Хотя нет. Или да? Там чуть-чуть не хватает. 150. Не хватает. То есть последний этап. Игрок Сакурный. Вновь зеленая. А кто еще у нас тут на стриме? Дайте знать, пожалуйста. Вефа тут, может, наверное. На Твиче нет вообще зрителей. Печально. Ого, нифига. Аренка. Да что ж. Нет. Да ладно. Ого. О, даже мне помогает. 15. Пойдет так. Ну все. Тысяч 50, да. О, театральные билеты 1200. О, нифига себе, тут 5 заданий. Вот первый сделал только. Ни хрена себе. Вот это задротство. Тут выполняем, тут выполняем. И тут сделка. Ладно, я сейчас закончу. И надо отойти. Уйти. Так, а тут магазин события. Так. Ну, посмотрим, будет Нави или нет. С пипками. Кондак.